Hello, guys, and welcome into Down to the Wire. I'm Daniel Larvison, and today we're joined by Brock Taylor, five-star kicker himself. Brock, thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, of course.
Brock, can you sort of take us through your sort of recruiting process, and why did you ultimately end up choosing the Vanderbilt Commodores?
Yeah, so spring and summer last year, I took a lot of visits to multiple schools. I knew I wanted to stay in the SEC, though, so all the schools that I visited were mainly in the SEC besides Florida State. And it ended up, I really liked Bama, Florida State, and Vandy the most. But when it came down to it, I knew I wanted to be committed before senior year, or senior season, really. And just after I took my last visit of summer at Vandy at the end of July, and everything the coaches were talking about, and just talking to players there and their experience, like talking to them about how much they've liked it and stuff, like it just seemed to be the best decision for me, and I'm happy I made the choice.
What do you specifically like about Vanderbilt, and sort of what's your favorite thing about it?
Yeah, so the team and coaches, like everyone's really bought in. Like, so this will be the third season. The upcoming season will be the third season with the new coaching staff, and I just mean their special teams coaches, Coach Lustig and Coach Lepak, and then Coach Lee, the head coach. It's just everything that they have, all their philosophies and everything is just exactly what I want to be a part of. And they want me to start freshman year, like obviously not given, I got to earn it, but you can't ask for much more as a freshman in the SEC, the biggest stage there is. So just getting in, going straight to work, and they're going to set me up for success more than anyone else could.
Yeah, I think it's a really good choice because you look at Vandy. I mean, a couple years ago, they'd sort of fallen off the map, but then now with Coach Lee, they've sort of starting to build this program back up. And I think last year they won 2 SEC games, which was the first time in a really long time. So you can definitely see the success.
Yeah, I mean, when they first beat Kentucky towards the end of the season, Kentucky was ranked in the AP poll, so that was huge. And then going back to back with Florida, you know, and the Kentucky one was on the road, it was just a huge game changer. And like I feel like the whole staff all season knew it was coming. And obviously there was stuff to clean up. You know, we lost to Missouri last year with 2 or 3 missed field goals. We lost by 3, so that should have been a win. But it's just each year they've talked about how they're trying to bring the record back to how it was back in the old days, and so I'm just excited to be a part of it.
Yeah, and you look at, so you'll be in the SEC. What team are you looking forward to most to play in? Like, what stadium are you looking forward to playing in most?
Well, so our second or third game next season, we're actually playing in we're playing UNLV in Las Vegas in the Raiders Stadium. Wow. So I'm excited for that. And then obviously at Tennessee next year. You know, I got family at Tennessee. Obviously living in Knoxville, a lot of my friends are Tennessee fans, and hoping to be on the field when we play them. So I just want to come back, kind of like let everybody know I'm doing good and I made the right decision.
Yeah, and obviously you were rated a 5-star kicker. How did you get to that level, and how are you going to stay on top as an elite kicker in the state of Tennessee?
Yeah, so sophomore year, when I started really focusing right around the time when I transferred was when I really decided I wanted to play in college. And so I really just kind of bought in and removed myself from a lot of distractions and just stayed at the field in the weight room, just always like stretching and everything, just making sure I was like really locked in, eating right. And my leg speed jumped up a ton, and I really got more athletic over those couple months and started being able to jump higher, move faster. And obviously my leg whip started to like mature, you could say. And when I got ranked really high, I went from unranked, like no one really knew who I was, to number 1. And that was kind of like, dang, like you're doing this. And so just since then, if you're going to stay at the top of the rankings, it's really like every single camp you go to, every single showcase, you got to make sure that you're set apart from everyone else. So it's been a fun process. I wouldn't even call it stressful, because obviously you get like some nerves, but just knowing that everyone wants you to perform at the best because you have like a high standard set. It's just, I don't know, I enjoyed going to camps, competing with people, and I mean, I like to win, so it was fun.
Yeah, and here's my last question. What's the farthest field goal you've ever made, and what do you think is the max you could probably hit?
I think towards the end of summer last year, I hit 70, which obviously it was wind dated a little bit, but every kicker's long is wind dated when they won't, like, if they say it wasn't, then they're lying to you. But I'd say right now, that was back when like we were kind of messing around towards the end of summer. Like we'd been training all summer at home with me and my coaches, and so it was kind of like it was a little windy that day, so we might as well push it back. But I'd say now on a good day, I could probably hit 75.
Oh, it's very impressive.
I appreciate it.
Well, Brock, good luck at Vanderbilt. We wish you the best of luck.
Yeah, thanks, Dan.
Yeah, thank you for joining me.